Chicago, November 12, 79. Livy, darling, it was a great time. There were perhaps 30 people on the stage of the theater, and I think I never sat elbow to elbow with so many historic names before. Grant, Sherman, Sheridan, Schofield, Pope, Logan, Augur, and so on. What an iron man Grant is. He sat facing the house with his right leg crossed over his left and his right boot sole tilted up at an angle, and his left hand and arm reposing on the arm of his chair. You note that position? Well, when glowing references were made to other grandees on the stage, those grandees always showed a trifle of nervous consciousness, and as these references came frequently, the nervous change of position and attitude were also frequent. But Grant, he was under a tremendous and ceaseless bombardment of praise and gratulation, but as true as I'm sitting here, he never moved a muscle of his body for a single instant during 30 minutes. You could have played him on a stranger for an effigy. Perhaps he never would have moved, but at last a speaker made such a particularly ripping and blood-stirring remark about him that the audience rose and roared and yelled and stamped and clapped an entire minute. Grant sitting as serene as ever, when General Sherman stepped to him, laid his hand affectionately on his shoulder, bent respectfully down, and whispered in his ear. General Grant got up and bowed, and a storm of applause swelled into a hurricane. He sat down, took about the same position, and froze to it, till by and by there was another of those deafening and protracted roars, when Sherman made him get up and bow again. He broke up his attitude once more, the extent of something more than a hair's breadth, to indicate me to Sherman when the house was keeping up a determined and persistent call for me, and poor bewildered Sherman, who did not know me, was peering abroad over the packed audience for me, not knowing I was only 3 feet from him, and most conspicuously located. General Sherman was chairman. One of the most illustrious individuals on that stage was Old Abe, the historic war eagle. He stood on his perch, the old savage-eyed rascal, 3 or 4 feet behind General Sherman, and as he had been in nearly every battle that was mentioned by the orators, his soul was probably stirred pretty often, though he was too proud to let on. Read Logan's Bosh and try to imagine a burly and magnificent Indian in general's uniform striking a heroic attitude and getting that stuff off in the style of a declaiming schoolboy. Please put the enclosed scraps in the drawer, and I will scrapbook them. I only stayed at the Owl Club till 3 this morning, and drank little or nothing. Went to sleep without whiskey. Eklibetik. Samuel.